This is the construct. It's our loading program. We can load anything we need. Is it really so hard to believe? It is the mental projection of your digital self.
And his name is John C.
Welcome to the first installment of Bubonic News. This is where I'm going to synthesize for you, my top 5 news stories of the week. It's going to come out every Sunday. Here we go. West Virginia introduced, and passed, a medical marijuana bill. It is the 29th state to pass medical, and they're saying it's an alternative opioid addiction treatment. And this is funny because a few months ago, my friend wrote a letter to our congressman here in West Virginia. That's where I live. Fuck you if you don't like it. And they said, they used the classic Republican, it's a gateway drug, we already have problems with opioids and that's going to exacerbate it. Well, apparently they got the fucking stick up, out of their ass, and they finally realized that no, it is not a gateway drug. That fucking whole theory is bullshit. It is actually helpful to rehabbing after you have a opioid addiction. But, the theory or the bill is not perfect, and it's definitely not a gateway to recreational use in West Virginia. It's only for patients with extreme chronic illnesses like AIDS, cancer, Parkinson's. Physicians must take a 4-hour course to be able to prescribe medical marijuana. It cannot be grown by patients and can only be sold as pills, oils, creams, and liquids. No buds, no eddies. Sorry. I know that kind of sucks. And counties, individual counties in West Virginia, all 55, can ban medical in their counties. So it's really a very weak medical marijuana bill. But for a state that is so anti-drug, it is nice to see something like this get passed. So that's the first story of the day. Second story, the rise of populism. And I wasn't going to talk about, it's not much of a story. It's more of just a conversation piece. But I found a really great article from Harvard that I read. And it outlines, all what we know, why people like Donald Trump, that fucking, the French bitch, and then, God, who is that Farad, the crazy guy from England. All those, the dude that led Brexit. All those guys, like, how did they come to be? And the paper outlines, which I'm going to link in the description box. So if you want to read it, which I highly recommend because it's a good read, but it outlines 2 theories of the rise of populism: growing income inequality. Okay, from the outsourcing of jobs to the dying industry jobs to rising automation. Like, these things are going to happen. It's just, you can't avoid it. But that they say that could have been one thing that spurred the rise of populism. Just basically the mindset, I want to do what my dumb daddy did. I just want to do what he did, go into the mines and, just work hard. I'm a hard worker and there's no place for... Shut up. Welcome to the knowledge economy, bub. Welcome to the knowledge economy. And then the other theory is cultural backlash. Basically just people, usually the typical populist, male, old, uneducated, religious, and the ethnic majority tend to be populists. But the cultural backlash theory basically states that people are just sick and tired of cosmopolitanism and multiculturalism. And, I was in college for basically the entire second half of Obama's presidency, and I just thought to myself, okay, we're on the rise. Our liberal progressive values have taken hold, and there's just nothing that's going to stop that wave. And I'm just baffled. I guess I was in a bubble, so I can't really understand how this happened. But there was this one moment when I was doing my student teaching in a very rural high school this one boy, we were talking about the 1960s civil rights movement, and this one boy just got so heated, and he was just like, he rose his hand, he's like, I'm sick of these transgender people and these Muslims. And then he said this, he said, what is up with all this diversity? I'm sick and tired of it. And I just took a step back and I was like, do you not think that's a good thing? And he just looked me right in the face and he said he didn't. This kid was a fucking idiot, not to be, unprofessional, but yeah, so support, the article also outlines how support is strengthened by anti-immigration rhetoric, mistrust in global and national governance, and it also supports the support for authoritarian values. Basically just a strong man. We need a strong man. Very tribal mindset. This article tends to favor the cultural backlash theory over the income inequality theory, but I think they just both, like most social science theories, the top ideas converge, and it's a combination of both. And that's what I think it is. It's a combination. The rise of populism in the past 5 years has been a combination of cultural backlash and income inequality. It's kind of shitty, but we'll see where it goes. Next story, Venezuela. If you don't know what's going on in Venezuela, do some fucking reading, because it's a fucking shit show over there. Political unrest leads to 12 dead and widespread looting. The Supreme Court. Let me give you some background on why this political unrest and looting is taking place. Basically, the Supreme Court, a few weeks ago, assumed legislative powers of the opposition-controlled Congress. So imagine if something like that happened today in America. Imagine if the Supreme Court was like, fuck you, Congress, we're taking your powers, and we're going to take them into ourselves, and you can't do shit about it. That would be fucking, oh my God. So you can see that there are some democratic values being eroded in Venezuela. But the Supreme Court said, this was their justification for what they did, they said that the Congress was holding up efforts to relieve the Venezuelan economy, which is absolutely fucked at the moment. How fucked? How fucked, you might be asking. How fucked? Bubonic? Please tell us. Well, right now they're experiencing the worst economic crash in Venezuelan history. The government has been forced to ration out basic necessities, food, water, toiletries, things like that. Widespread looting has been going on by fucking starving, unemployed people since June 2016, and their growth rate, the Venezuelan economic growth rate, is at -8%, which is fucking horrible. -8%. The inflation is at 482%, which is fucking absurd. And unemployment is at 17% and expected to rise to 30% in the next few years. So Venezuela is absolutely getting bent over right now. Whoa! But on a positive note, and I'm going to link a video outlining this beautiful humanitarian, Ana Ortero is working to provide essentials for children, including food, water, diapers, things of that nature, and I'm going to put a link to her video in the description. Please, if you want to donate, that'd probably be a good idea too. I'm broke as fuck. All right, next, Elon Musk, that crazy motherfucker. It's the fourth story of the day. Is trying to link human brains with computers. Don't do it. Don't do it. Probably not a good idea. He's working with his new company, Neuralink, and he's hoping that this research is going to, help people with severe brain injuries. It's also trying, this is a quote, he's trying to link two human brains together for an uncompressed, direct conceptual communication with another person. I don't know about you, but that's some Pacific Rim type shit. What's next? What's next, motherfucker? But I think that's pretty cool. It's a nice little light story to soften you up for this next fucking Wazinga. Now this story coming up It's been beat to death, but it's important to talk about, I guess. North Korea threatens to bust up U.S. aircraft carrier. We know, well, hopefully you know. If you don't know, I'm going to let you know. The U.S. aircraft carrier was put there because fucking North Korea was fucking launching missiles, dummy missiles, seeing if they could hit Japan. Assholes. Psychos. You've seen the movie The Interview. The North Korea is saying the U.S. aircraft carrier better get the fuck out of here. They're saying that they could take down that aircraft carrier in a single strike. Probably, come on. No, come on. I'm not sure about the military power of North Korea, but they don't got shit. They got a couple sticks. They got a couple swords. They can suck me. All right? And, who knows why they did this, but they arrested an American professor of accounting named Tony Kim, who was teaching at the Pyongyang University of Science and Technology. They arrested this dude for, talking shit on the government. Oh, God. What? But they did say, North Korea did say, that a nuclear attack will only be in response to aggression of American forces or Japanese forces, just anybody. Don't fuck with them. Don't fuck with me is basically what they say. Don't fuck with me, bro. Don't fuck with me. They're a bunch of pussies, though. They're a bunch of pussies. I'm saying that to them right now. Come get it. It's kind of like the first... we have been waiting for the North Koreans to wake up. Because North Korea is the perfect example of an Orwellian society, and we've just believed, and deep down I think almost everybody who's known about North Korea just deep down believed that the people were just going to rise up because they know that they're being oppressed. But it hasn't happened. And why? Why hasn't the North Korean people rose up against their oppressors, their government? I don't know. I guess it's just... a compliment to how insane their propaganda must be. But, who knows? Maybe it's just because they're a bunch of fucking little bitches. I don't know. I'm a little bitch, so whatever. Anyways, that's Bubonic news. For further reading and a way more cogent overview of all these stories I've talked to you about, go to the link at the description. Read them up. Stay educated, you fuckers. Stay educated. Bubonic news out. Suck me!